Yes, good morning, children. Today I will teach class 8D. It so happened the selfish giant part 2. I think you have written all these word meanings I had given you earlier. So we will switch on to the chapter itself. We will do today the last page of this chapter. Now, I have many beautiful flowers, he said, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. One winter morning, he looked out of his window as he was dressing. He did not hate the winter now. Now, one morning, when he looked out of his window as he was dressing, he did not hate winter now, for he knew that it was merely the spring asleep and that the flowers were resting. One winter morning, when he got out, the giant got out of his bed. He looked out of the window as he was dressing. He, as he was dressing, he did not hate the winter now. Now he didn't hate the winter, for he knew that it was merely the spring asleep. Now he knew that the spring was asleep and that the flowers were resting, and after the spring, after the winter, the spring would be coming. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked and looked. It certainly was a marvelous sight. Then suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked and looked. It certainly was a marvelous sight. In the farthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossoms. Its branches were golden and the silver fruit. Now, in the farthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossom. Covered with white blossoms means it was covered with white flowers. Its branches were golden, and silver fruit hang down from them. Now it was having a silver fruit hanging from them, and underneath it stood the little boy he had loved, and there stood the little boy he had loved. Downstairs ran the giant in great joy. Now the giant went downstairs, and he ran with great joy and out into the garden. He went very fastly across the grass and came near to the child. He went very fast and came near to the child, and when he came quite close, his face grew red with anger. And when the giant came quite close, his face grew red with anger. Now, and he said, "Who hath dared to wound thee?" Now he told, when he saw the child, his face grew with anger, and he told him that who had dared to wound thee. Means this is the old English, who has dared to wound thee, means who has the courage to wound you. Now, on the palms of the child's hand were the prints of two nails. Now, for on the palms of the child's hands were the prints of the two nails, and the prints of the nails were on the little feet. Now, the child was having the sign of prints of the nails on his palms and feet. Who had dared to wound thee? Again he is telling, who had dared to wound thee? Cried the giant. Tell me that I may take my big sword and slay him. Now he is telling, you tell me that who had wounded thee, and I will take my big sword and slay him and kill him. Now, nay, answered the child, but these are the wounds of love. The child answered, no, it is Old English. Nay, answered the child, but these are the wounds of love. Who art thou? Who art thou means who are you? Said the giant, and a strange awe fell on him. And then he had a strange thinking fell on him, and he knelt before the little child. And then he knelt before the little child. In his mind, he got that he was the Jesus who was nailed in hand and feet. And the child smiled on the giant and said to him, "You let me play once in your garden." Now the child smiled and said to him, You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden. Now he is telling you told me to come and play in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden. To my garden, which is paradise. Paradise, fantasy, or in Hindi you say it is swarg. Okay. And when the child ran in that afternoon, they found the giant lying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossoms. Now, all covered with white blossom. Now, this last paragraph has a double meaning, and the moral of the story is hidden in these lines. Now, the child smiled on the giant and said to him, "You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise." Now, so he was having a very peaceful death, and he took the giant with him to his own garden, which was the paradise. That means it was a fantasy, or you can say he took him in Hindi swarg. And when the child ran in that afternoon, they found the giant lying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossom. Now this means that now the giant was not at all cruel, and he was a man. He loved the children and he let them play in his garden. Now, when he let them play, all the children in his garden, the children also loved him, and they were very pleased to play in his garden. And as the giant was having nobody, he didn't had his children, no family, he was alone. And when he died, so the nature also covered him with white blossoms. White flowers covered him with white blossoms, because the nature covered him with white blossom, because nature also loved him and they covered him with white blossoms. That's all for today.